a great win today, advancing to the quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament. Coach went over some comments about today's game, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Well, certainly exciting for the fans. We were pleased with the amount of people that came out with the time change and the weather yesterday. And so first off, just a lot of hard work by our athletic director, Sue Viscomi, and Malcolm Huggins, our assistant athletic director, for putting everything in place and making it work. So we're grateful for that it wasn't changed worse than it was. But and our fans, students, class time, and people working, we're pretty fortunate to have the support that we have here at the college. So let's start off with that. And then the game, I thought both teams were opportunistic. First period, I thought we had some good chances, as did they, hitting the post a couple times and backdoor play there. And yeah, you hope that those don't come back to haunt you. In the very first game of the season here, you know, similar to the Fredonia game where we lost, where you have those opportunities and you don't bury it, and then you're fighting for your life. I think that would have allowed us to relax a little bit. I thought we were squeezing the sticks a little tight the first period, and just a lot of bouncing pucks and guys doing uncharacteristic things. And then at the end, just we keep saying it, but great leadership by David to get the goal within one, and we called the timeout. Basically, was the reality was we have to change, or nothing's gonna the outcome's gonna stay the same. So we started moving our feet. We started getting pucks in deep and getting pucks to the net, and then you get the momentum shift. And then late you get the huge penalty kills similar to last Saturday night in Geneseo with under 5 minutes to go. And David makes another great play and slides it out front, and Alex happens to be there and put it in. So very happy for the guys. They've worked extremely hard, as does every team. I thought Bowdoin was well prepared. I would say they're the quickest, I don't know, the fastest, if that makes sense, but the quickest. Their back pressure on us, you had to move the puck quickly, or they were going to strip you from behind and create turnovers. And when they did, I thought they were very dangerous in transition. They were very good in those areas of the ice.
Matt, question for you. On that note, Alex Matthew was that in pressure behind your goal line and in your zone. He was a goaltender in the team defense. Like how did that challenge you guys? Because they were really quick to the puck.
Yeah. Bowdoin did have a very quick forecheck, and we've seen that before. Geneseo had a quick forecheck, and we were used to that, and we just tried to have the same mindset that I need to talk to the D and they need to talk to us, and it worked out good, and we were able to manage our way through the game by playing fast and strong hockey.
Matt, you sit in the north, I guess goalie box, if you will. And it looked like over the top coming from the outside, there's a little bit of a glare coming in. 3 o'clock game, nice to really play in the afternoon. Is that something that you had to overcome, or just kind of push it off to the side? Did it affect your play at all today?
No, not necessarily. We have practice around this time, so usually we have sun during practice, so it's nothing we're not used to. 3 o'clock games, I had afternoon games in juniors. It's nothing I wasn't used to, so our routine was very similar, and it allowed me to prepare the same way as it would be for a 7 o'clock.
David, a question for you. The PK was a question mark. It seemed like throughout SUNY activity, but you guys came out today against a pretty admirable opponent in that Bowdoin penalty power play. So if you're going to talk about the ability for the team to stay composed and play so well in the penalty kill today, what it did to shift the momentum as the game went on.
Yeah, absolutely. We use it as a momentum builder. I think of big blocks like Uday there, just warrior-like plays like that really get the guys going on the bench and build morale. And, last game wasn't our best in the PK, but we persevered tonight. And, it added to our momentum.
This question's for Dave and Alex. A lot of people say that the worst lead in hockey is a 2-goal lead. You guys are down 3-1. What's that mindset that gets you those 2 quick goals and ties this thing back up?
Our team's battled through adversity all year. We've been put in situations where we've been down more than 2 goals. We just keep plugging away, getting pucks deep, and finding ways to get through it and get shots on net, and finding ways to win right now. So, if we're put if we're put down 2 goals at any point in time in the game, I have complete faith in our guys that we're going to battle back and hopefully manage to find our way back in the game. So.
Yeah, I'll just add on that. I just think that on our bench, everybody just believes in each other at all times. I mean, even tonight, I don't think there was any doubt in our minds that when it came down to it, we were going to be right there in that game, fighting for the win. Just faith in each other and trusting in our teammates. It showed over the past few games, and it showed all year.
No, Matt, this was for you. When they're coming down on that odd man rush right before David's goal, and it seems like Greg says they're not able to get there just in time, and you stick out and get that poke. What's going through your mind as they're coming onto you and as you make that play?
Yeah, my mindset is that I need to keep the next shot out of the net, because if we go down by 3, it's going to be real hard for us to get back in this game. So I just knew I had to make a play that was going to keep our team in the game, and we were fortunate enough to go down and get a goal off the play and then get another one, and momentum went in our favor, and we took advantage of it.
You know, Dave, you come in here, a goal and assist, had a fantastic career in the Campus Center Ice Arena, final game here today. You know, what's going through your mind? You find out your team picks up the win. Kind of a sigh of relief as you walk off the ice there, and a little smile at the crowd as well.
Yeah, I mean, an emotional night for myself. I never really thought this day would come. Thinking back 4 years now, we played these guys in the quarterfinal. You know, my career here is in front of me, and you know, I thank the fans here, everybody that supports our team, you know, everybody that's embraced me in the community. Couldn't thank them enough. I've had a great time here, and we still have work to do. We're going to go into this quarterfinal with a lot of confidence, and hopefully the season continues.
Yeah, this one's for Alex and Matt. On the other side of that coin, first year here, experiencing this kind of thing for the first time. Just what's it like for you emotionally and going through this kind of thing for the first time?
I mean, it's a great experience. I mean, being a freshman, having the opportunity to play, it's really tremendous, and it shows a lot that we have great leadership like David, and he's brought us all together, and it's made a great team. And being a first-year guy, I mean, it's something you always look forward to, is being able an opportunity to play, and just the leadership has really carried the young guys through and really taken us to the tradition that the college has and showed us the right way, and we hope to carry that on throughout the next 3 years as freshmen. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'll add on that. I want to say the leadership has been unbelievable. I mean, before we could even have team skates, our captains were orchestrating workouts and off-ice training every single day. They had 5 classes to go to. They had midterms on their mind. They had everything going on, and they're still managing to put us first before themselves. And I think that was a huge factor in bringing our whole team together and creating the family that we have right now. Personally, my emotions are running pretty high right now. I'm not going to say we set expectations for this season, but I'm pretty happy about where we are, and if we can continue to keep the season going, then I think we have a good chance at going pretty far. So,
Alex, I was talking about this last weekend in Geneseo, but you and Matt have got a lot of time together on the ice this year, and Chris has kind of been plugged into your line over the last month or so. Can you kind of talk about the chemistry building of you guys? You have 2 points today, Matt has another one, so that's 15 in the last 2 games. You guys are really seeing the blood together quickly. Can you kind of talk about how that chemistry came together?
yeah, well, I mean, I played against him in pretty much all my junior career. We knew each other growing up. He played against me in AAA. I kind of knew that he was a goal scorer coming in, and I'm more or less a playmaker. And I think the coaches did a great job finding a good fit for us. And I think we've just been playing great together. Carzy, on the other hand, has been playing phenomenal. He's done everything the coaches have asked, and he's been working his bag off, and he's been making all the little plays that really contribute to our wins right now. So,
Coach, this question is for you. In all the years you've been at Oswego, where does this playoff, the SUNY the tournament run, where does this run stick out in your mind?
Well, they all blur together. Each team has its own, identity, character, and our expectations. I don't want to say we're low, because we always have high expectations. But as our staff has been joking after our very first skate back on October 15th, if we could have tape recorded ourselves with some of our comments on what were we thinking when we brought this group. And they, you know what, they consistently every day brought it in practice. I would say that's where it started, their commitment. And they bought into what we're preaching here about continuing the tradition, and everybody talks about culture and how they have a culture and this and that, but the culture here is really doing the right things throughout the course of the year consistently. And you know, they'll tell you our approach today before the game was no different than our very first game of the year, no different than last weekend, and it'll be no different than this Saturday night. We go into detail with scouting report and preparation and how we're going to talk with the team and how the players, who we think we need to talk to and how they're going to respond and what we're going to come back with. So I give them credit for buying in. And then again, it's just we don't prepare any different for a championship game. And so, you know, how does this compare to last year winning at Adrian or the year before? You know, the last two games in Lake Placid. It ranks up there because it's a scenario where we had to come from behind. The same way last week we had to try to protect a lead, and we ended up, you know, allowing them back in and tying it up. So I think it shows the leadership that David and the other fellas have provided to the young guys. And even if it didn't go our way tonight, the reality was those experiences of overcoming adversity will serve them well in life long after their hockey careers are over, in that they don't make excuses, they find a way to hold it together. And that's what I'll remember the most about this group of gentlemen, no matter what happens here on out, or even last Saturday if we didn't get the job done, is they're a great group. They don't point fingers, they don't make excuses, they embrace the challenge, quite frankly, and they've been a great group to be around. We want to keep it going.
Got a big quarterfinal matchup coming up this Saturday, Coach, with the Babson Beavers. They've got a great goaltender on the back end. What are your thoughts on the matchup?
Well, Jamie Rice does a great job with his program. You know, we've had him here for our Pathfinder tournament, and we've played him in the past. And I think it was 83. You'll have to look up the stats, but or 93. I'm sorry. 93. Again, I've been here too long, but I think it was a double or triple overtime game with Babson. I think Jamie Rice actually was a member of that team. But there's a good tradition between the two schools. Back before Norwich was the power that they were, it was Babson. So people, you know, history has a way of, you know, people forget that, but they're a very good team. They certainly were ranked number 1 in the East. They got the bye, the only team in the East this week. So we know it's a great challenge, and you know, their goaltender, obviously, at least from what we've seen and what we've heard, you know, one of the best in the country. So that's a whole different set of issues. And you know, we're not sure. We'd like to think that our conditioning throughout the course of the season has kept us in these games. I don't see us getting beat late in the game, so I think our conditioning, you know, is where it needs to be, and so those are positives going forward.
You know, Alex, it's been a hectic week to say the least, between the weather, the game delay, midterm week here. You know, Bowdoin comes in here, they get the day off, they get extra time for game prep and video, what have you. You guys got to go to class and kind of figure that out. You come in here, you score 2 goals. How do you stay mentally tough, you know, with all this other stuff going on?
To be honest, I had a midterm this morning. I was stressing about that pretty hard last night. Fortunately for me, my family came down this weekend, and I got to spend some time with them before I hit the books last night. They really calmed my nerves down and taught me to just stay calm in any situation. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm excited to be here.
And question for you also too, speaking of staying composed, when that puck from Dave is sliding into the slot to you following the play for your second goal, take me through that, how you saw the play develop and how that pass was, and then also take me through your first goal too.
Yeah, I mean, the second goal, game-winning goal from Dave was a big play by Dave. I mean, their D turned the puck over. Dave picked it up in the neutral zone. He did all the work, frankly. He drove the D wide, kept driving, and he fed the puck across crease to me, and it just happened to land right on my stick. And I saw an empty net, and I was just praying that this one went in. So it was an amazing play by Dave, and it was a good way to get the go-ahead goal. The first goal was a good line rush by our line. I believe it went from Carzy up to Gladdy on the wall. Not 100% sure on that. Gladdy saw me cutting through the middle, and he gave me a nice placement pass, and I skated into it, allowing me to split the D, and I just saw an opening above the goalie's shoulder, so I kind of tried to tuck it away. Unfortunately for me, it went in. So.
All set, guys?
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.